Hey everybody, Chanel here, and I hope that you're having a good day. It is our weekly team call, which are now Wednesdays at 11:30, and usually, depending on what the heck is going on, I'll have that group up and going and give you guys a couple minutes to jump on, and then we will get started. Ideally, these are your opportunity to learn and to make a connection with the team, because guys, my vision for our team is a close-knit, connected group of women who are pursuing our dreams, pursuing our goals, but we need that connection with the team so that we are working as a team, because my vision is for you to be successful, like crazy successful. I want to celebrate with you. I want to have a big group go to all of our conventions representing our team. I want you guys to start paying off your debt. I want you guys to really thrive and do crazy, crazy things with this business. But we all have to show up every day and do our daily activities and do the things that we have to do, one of which is personal development and growth. So that is what these calls are about, is personal development and growth, me sharing tips that I have found helpful for me and things that have changed my business. And then we are going to have some special guests and speakers on our calls too, but it's just a time of growth. And so I feel like that if you aren't making a priority to be on the calls, then you are just not representing the team. You're not committing to a team. I know things happen, and I know you can't be on all the calls, but what I'm saying is that it's valuable information, and if you really want to grow a business, you're going to make every effort either to be on or listen to the recording. So thank you for jumping on. And today we are going to talk for a short time about planning for your month, because it's about this time every month that I start looking ahead into October, into the next month, and this month happens to be October. So I'm just going to show you my calendar, and hopefully it's not like completely backwards for you, but I bet you it is. So basically, what I do and have been doing and what's been effective is a plan. Just like you plan out your meal plans and you plan for other things, like planning your month decreases stress and anxiety, and you have a plan of what to post and what to do. So what I want to talk about is that planning. And I'm going to share with you a method that I've been using that I basically learned from Anita Myron. There are many, many YouTube videos on how to plan your week. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post one here in a little bit in our team page from Melanie Mitro. There's lots of ways you can do this. But the point is to find a system, find a plan, and stick with it. And if you need to refine it for whatever reason as you go, totally fine. But you need to you got to have a system, a plan up front so that you can get started. So basically what I do with my month is, and I wish I had like something to kind of write on, and I can maybe show you guys here. But so with October coming up, so I know that the first week of every month, the first full week of the month, so the first actually falls, let's see here, that does not look right. October the 1st is it on a, is that, anyways, I'm going to get all messed up because that's confusing to me. But October 1st, yes, is a Saturday. And so, okay, let's see here. Yes, so October 1st is a Saturday. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay, October 31st is a Saturday. So that means the 3rd is when I will be doing a free group of some sort. In the past, I've done free clean eating groups. There's lots of different free groups that you can offer. I have yet to connect wholeheartedly and fully, even though I've ran tons of clean eating groups, but that's an easy way for you to introduce what our groups are about to people. But what I haven't done is fully taken ownership of those clean eating groups and actually believing in them, that they will work, and then offering value in our challenge groups. So I basically just have kind of sort of halfway done them, and mostly focused on the recipes and mostly focused on the clean eating and kind of gave them options, but I really haven't taken ownership. And so we were introduced several weeks ago, if you haven't gone back and looked, with the challenge group sneak peeks. And this is what I'm starting to implement. And basically, it's you can give a meal plan, you can give free value, but you're going to be intentionally posting throughout your free group about the challenge group that's coming up. So you're giving them basically a free way of sneaking and peeking before they buy, or try before you buy, if you want to use it in that terms. So now that we're using the app, you can load them into your app and then give them a bunch of value, and then give them a call to action and say, are you going to join? What are you going to do next? Are you going to join? And if they don't, you just remove them from the app. They're done. You keep them on your list and you can follow up with them later. But the thing about it is that you have to have, you have to have a plan. So you have to know that on the 3rd, that's when you're going to offer that group. Well, how do people know that you're going to be running this group? Well, you've got to invite people to it. So every month you need to know that at least 1 week before, you need to be sending out those 5 invites a day and saying, I have a free sneak peek into my challenge group coming up. Would you be interested in just hanging out with us for a week? I have a current group going on and I just want to throw you in there so that you can be a fly on the wall. You have to ask them, and then you have to use your Facebook, your social media, to advertise. Now, if you see, you can't really read it really well, but on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are the days that I like to put out a call to action, which is my, hey, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to join me? And this is why you should join me. I tell a story. I try to connect with me, who is my avatar, my person that's out there that's just like me. I try to use words that I know that will resonate with them. And then I invite them. I invite them on social media. And what I've been doing in these call to actions is I've actually been creating a private Facebook group, just like what we traditionally ran with our challenge groups, and just leave it there so that you can put the link to that group for their call to action. So you say, click on the link below if you want more information into the group. So they click on and they ask to join. Well, that's how I keep track of those who are wanting to join. But then you can't rely on social media to do this. And you cannot just be constantly throwing up call to actions, because you have to give people value. You have to make them trust you. If you're just saying, do this with me, do this with me, do this with me, this is what I do, then they don't see actually what you do. Think about that for a second. If all you're posting about is join me, do what I do, but you actually don't show them what you're doing, you're not building trust. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I generally try to do a call to action, but I post at minimum 3 times a day of other random things. You guys know that I'm big into my faith, and I generally show that I'm reading my scripture, writing my scripture. I'll show my video clip of my workouts. I show clips of my food. I show family. Random questions. I share videos. Like, I just share glimpses of my life. I definitely can always be better at this. We can all be better at this. But the point is that you need to consistently share you and offer value before you can expect someone to respond to a call to action. And guys, I've been doing this for several years now, and they just won't respond. And you're going to think you're not doing a good job because people aren't responding to these call to actions. But really, it's about consistency and developing the relationship over time. Most people will tell me when I message them, I've been watching you for a while now, like, give me more information. That doesn't mean that they're going to say yes, but that means that they see that I am a proof of the product. So please keep that in mind. Just write those dates down. I usually do Tuesday, Thursday, and Tuesday night, Thursday night, and Saturday morning are the times that I do my call to actions. And video is a great way to do a call to action. That's probably the best way nowadays. So you can either post your workout video and then call them to action, or you can get on live video and call to action. Whatever that looks like may be different. But I will say to you that all my other posts, I trinkle in the challenge groups and trinkle in the coaching opportunity. That may not be the full basis of my post, but I show them that that's my life. That's what I do. That's why I do what I do. My posting and my craziness is because I believe I have a gift that I want to share with people. So if we know we're going to have a free group coming up on the 3rd, you need to be inviting specifically. So you already know the week before your clean eating group, you are going to be inviting to the clean eating group or the free group. So that's what your posts are around. You don't have to question what you need to be posting about, because you know you need to be posting about what we do in a challenge group. You need to be posting your workouts, live workouts, videos of yourself doing them. You need to post about your food and how your portion controls have changed your life. You need to be posting about how your shake is helping you. Like, I'm not talking about, here's my containers, here's my Shakeology. No, like, be real. If the portion control containers has changed your life, dump all your food on your plate and say, seriously, this is the food that I get to eat. Or if you've learned a new recipe, share that recipe and say, this is the containers that it uses, and you can just use the colored hearts. Be creative. You don't need to sell more Beachbody, because they have plenty of people to sell for themselves. What you do need to sell is why they need to join you. So you have to create that value. So important. Okay, so on to the second week of the month. Well, your free group is a way to introduce the challenge group. So you're going to be personally asking during this free group, the people that are in there, you're going to be personally asking them on Thursday or Friday, hey, what do you think? Like, don't you think this stuff is amazing? I know it's going to create value for your life. Do you want to join me? So then you're going to actually be asking the people in the free group to join you for your 30-day challenge group, which is going to be on the 10th. But not only are you going to be asking the people in there, you got to keep asking other people. So you still, 5 people every day, you need to say, I have a challenge group coming up. Do you want to jump in my sneak peek? Or do you want, like, have conversation with people, form them, get to know them, and then ask them all week long. Don't give up on people. Don't assume they don't want to do it. Just because you have the free group going does not mean you stop inviting. Because if you depend on these people in the free group to buy something, you're doing it all wrong. You can't ever depend on a certain amount of people. You got to keep asking people to join you. Okay. And then we have our 30-day group, which is going to be on the 10th. Okay, so you remember this call to actions that I'm posting on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Well, the week before the free group, that's what I talked about, the free group, because it's the week before and I'm calling people to action. Well, on the week of the free group, you're going to have a call to action, and another call to action. And this week, it's going to be about your 30-day. Okay? So now you're rocking your 30-day group. Everything's going awesome on the week of the 10th. You're still inviting people, but this time, because your next group is going to be what is coaching. The week of the 17th is going to be what is coaching. So now, instead of the call to action to your challenge group during that week of the challenge group, it's going to be a call to action for coaching. So your posts are going to be centered around coaching. Your inviting needs to be centered around coaching. And then you're going to offer a webinar or a 3-day group or a live event. You're going to be hosting something that gives people the opportunity to hear about coaching. That's what you're inviting to. So you don't have to think. And this may be scary. You may think, well, I'm not going to do anything that week. Well, that's fine, but your business isn't going to grow. So we have to be consciously inviting specifically to coaching all throughout. We need to be asking people who are currently in our challenge groups. We need to be asking people up front who seem very motivated and who may want a discount on their Shakeology. We need to be asking people who are doing an amazing job just on Facebook. You see how they're rocking it at the gym. They look like they want to help people or inspire people, or they even say, I hope to inspire somebody. Grab them and say, can I talk to you about coaching? Would you be interested in hearing about the coaching opportunity? That's where the week of the 17th, you can choose. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do a webinar. You can do a 3-day private Facebook group. You can do a 1-day event. You can do a live video on Thursday night, just sharing what coaching is. Partner with someone on this, and you guys can do it together through a Zoom call. There's so many different options, but I will say that I love live video and sharing, and I love the Zoom call. So I do appreciate those who really want to know about the opportunity to jump on live so that they can meet other people on the team. And if you ever want to do that, or you have 2 to 3 people interested, call me, tell me, hey, I want to do this with you. And so I'll jump on there with you. I'll tell my story and I'll help you share your story, and then we'll introduce coaching to people. Okay, so that is the third week of the month. So don't forget your call to actions for the week before, which is why your 30-day group is going. You can't just stop. You can't just stop the business and quit doing stuff. You need to start asking to coaching, and then you're going to host that What is Coaching during that week, however you want. Then on the fourth week of every month, I do a crash course for new coaches who are interested. During that crash course, that's just an opportunity for new coaches who have joined you or who are interested and say, I'm ready to roll. Because it may be old coaches who've been with you for a while and now they've decided that they want to grow the business. Then that last week of the month, you put them in a crash course. They get everything they need as far as checklists, and then they just go through and learn some of the very basics of how to get started in your business. And then you're ready to start advertising for what? Your free group again. And then the cycle starts all over. It starts all over. So the last week of the month, which would be right here in October, this is when I intentionally would do a crash course for any new coaches. But I'm advertising for the free group that's coming up. So all my posts. So basically, you're hosting a group. The first Monday is a free group. The first full Monday of the month is a free group. The second full week of the month is a challenge group. The third full week of the month is a What is Coaching? Opportunity to share the business opportunity. The fourth week of the month is a crash course for your new coaches. Or if you haven't gotten anyone interested or you've slacked off and you hadn't invited, give yourself another opportunity on the last week to invite more people to join you. And then that's how that's going to flow every single week, because every single month, because that last week, those new coaches who have joined you, guess what they get to do with you? They get to join you in a free group the following week, and they get to see what it's like to be a coach and what it's like to run your groups. So then you're seeing one, and then you can teach them how to do one, and then now they're on their own. It is a cycle of repetition that is easily duplicatable. That's the whole point of this, is that you create a system, a plan for your groups, so that when you onboard someone new, you can say, this is how we do this. I want you to see one, and then we're going to do one, and then you go on your own. And then you start recruiting people to see one, do one, teach one. So that's how the group flow goes. Now, the tricky part is inviting specifically every single week to those groups, and then posting on your social media about those specific groups. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look fancy. It doesn't have to be grand, but it has to be done consistently. So when I say that you need to be posting 3 times a day on social media, when I said that you need to be inviting someone to something every single day, 5 people every single day, that's what's going to create this consistency. So just because you post grand, amazing things on Facebook, that does not mean you're going to get customers. And just because you invite 5 people every day, it doesn't mean you're going to have 100 yeses at the end of the month. It's over time, the compounding effect of you doing the daily tasks that we need to do that is going to create confidence in your business, confidence in yourself, and create that momentum. And I will tell you, if you are not inviting consistently, just like what I'm recommending, you will not see growth monetarily or in yourself or in your business. You're not going to grow. You may grow a little, and it may take you forever, but most of the time you're not really going to grow at all if you're not doing these consistent behaviors. So the way to create confidence and momentum in your business is to have a plan, have a strategy, have a system that you have in place every single month, and you stay consistent with the post and with the inviting and the system. And that will 100% bring you that momentum and that confidence into continuing to grow. So I hope that that was helpful. I'm so thankful that you're here with us. I'm so thankful that you decided to do this for your business, and just join us on this team. Guys, I'm available. I am here to help you, but my goal for you is to function independently and want to do this. And so you got to get on these trainings. You got to figure out what works best for you. You need to follow a lead and develop a plan, and then do it day in and day out, week after week, month after month, and it's creating that consistency. It's just like, remember when you were a new nurse, or when you were even going through school. If you gave up with your classes because you didn't make the best grade or even failed, for my instance, if I gave up after I failed a class or failed my nursing exam, I wouldn't be a nurse practitioner today. So if you don't stay consistent in refining and practicing and being better and try again, take that test again, then you're not going to get to any point of growth, right? So it's the same thing. And even as a new nurse, as a new career that you've had, it takes you a good solid 2 years to learn. Why? Because you're on your own, and you got to make it work, and you got to figure out, well, if that's not working well, what can I do different? And okay, that worked really well. Now, if I stick with it, I'm going to gain that confidence, and I'm going to be able to help somebody else do it. So that's the whole point of this, and I would love to hear your comments below the video of your takeaways on this, of if this was helpful, and what I would love to hear you write down below is what your system looks like to you. What makes sense to you in a flow of a month to invite people to and to schedule. So put your system below in the comments so that I can see that and I can encourage you in that, and know that there's no wrong way. There's no wrong thing and no wrong way to do any of this. It's just learning and developing these different ways of doing it, what works best for you, and staying consistent. Staying consistent no matter what. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.